The Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, will appear before Parliament on Monday, July 25th, to present the mid-year review of the budget statement and economic policy of the government and supplementary estimate for the 2022 financial year. The fiscal policy measures, which were captured in the 2022 budget to generate more revenues and undertake transformational projects, have so far performed below expectation. Among other things, the Finance Minister is expected to provide information on how revenue and expenditure had performed in the first half of the year and the country's current budget deficit figures. He is also expected to provide an update on the electronic transfer levy and how much it has accrued so far. With the government officially reaching out to the International Monetary Fund for support, the minister is also expected to make his first public comments on this decision after publicly stating that the country would not go to the IMF. Ahead of the presentation, many stakeholders have been sharing their expectations. The Association of Ghana Industries, for instance, is calling for a full review of the benchmark values reduction policy. The Institute for Statistical, Social and Economic Research is also calling for a reduction in the current charge rate of the electronic transfer levy. In a conversation with City Business News, economist with GCB Capital Limited, Courage Buti, underscored the need for government to strive to at least meet its deficit targets for this year.
Government should lay it bare what the issues are, what the revenue problems are, and then as an attempt to remain disciplined and send a good signal, and also to accelerate the negotiations with the IMF, probably tailor the expenditure to match the revenue so that we could at least, if not perform better, at least achieve the deficit target for the year. And that might mean that programs such as the social interventions, things like free SHS, I do not see it going away because one, it was started under the IMF program, and two, it is a program that directly tackles goal 4 of SDGs, really, that talks about universal access to basic education for everyone. I mean, IMF could not be seen as not supporting SDGs, really, and so they might not be calling for its maybe a discontinuation, but it needs to be looked at again, reviewed and streamlined so that probably the excess expenditures, or you look at the excesses in that program and how to trim it. Things like nurses training allowance and teachers training allowance. It is very obvious now that probably those are things that can go in the difficult times that we find ourselves. Those are things you can easily do away with and no one will die.